Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for September 8th to the 20th. First of all, we're going to start out here, talk a little tropical. This is Hurricane Florence, a strong tropical storm, Category 4. And if you look closely at the satellite picture, you can see the overshooting tops of the thunderstorms here. Here's the eye, well-defined eye, but there's some clouds in it. Outflow remains good. And what I think is happening with this system, that's not the right image I want to show you. Hold on a sec. What do I want? What do I? Okay. I want to see. I want to show you the wind shear. Oh, okay. Go up here. Wind shear. Okay. I think Florence is an area of weak shear. You can see it's probably in this vicinity here. It's in the weak shear environment. And, despite the light southwesterly shear, it's still intensifying. And we're going to take a look at a couple of the models here. This will be the HMON. This is the HMON model here, forecasting it. This is the pressure. This is forecast time. This is mean sea level pressure. And then we'll look at track and intensity. This doesn't show well. We're going to take a look at the max. It's supposed to be a Category 4. Look at this. Approach a Category 5. So all in all, this system is forecast to continue to move to the west-northwest. It'll find a break within the subtropical ridge and will continue to be on a northwest track after that. So here it is. So now we're going to get to the forecast. I'm spending a little bit on this. This is for the period for September 8th to 12th. Here we are at the 8th. This is what we're expecting. We have a large ridge over the Bering Sea, trough here. And we have a broad ridge covering much of the nation. We have a ridge out here into the southwest and also the western Atlantic ridge with above normal heights across much of the nation. Miles of good agreement. Okay, now talking about the what happens to Gordon now. Okay, so Gordon, this is European, and now it's going to act up. This is for tomorrow. Here's the moisture here. It's now a depression. And then we'll skip here. We'll go here to Sunday, 96 hours. Here's the moisture here as it merged with a frontal system. Here's heavy rainfall occurring here. This is the GFS. Here's the European. And we'll go to Sunday again. It's a little bit further west compared to the GFS. And here's an interesting note that you've probably seen already. Here is Florence, close to the North Carolina coast. And this is for next Thursday, September 13th. That's the that's the European. And is the GFS going to load? All right. Nope, I got to load. But here is where this is the European deterministics showing the system here off the very close to the North Carolina coast. Okay, now this flow that I showed you here across the U.S. This is in response to extratropical transition of former typhoon Jebi across eastern Asia, and it almost means continued to support a highly amplified upper ridge over the Bering Sea, which I showed you, with additional flow implications likely downstream across North America. And this also supports this trough. This ridge supports this trough. So the remnants are going to forecast to emerge with a frontal boundary across the central and eastern U.S., with the extratropical wave progressing northeastward through the mid-Mississippi Valley and the Great Lakes, before potentially weakening just west or over New England. And then we'll have abundant tropical moisture. I wish I could show you, but the maps aren't working again. Abundant tropical moisture will be interacting with the frontal system while likely generating heavy rainfall. And a frontal boundary will cause rain across parts of the northern plains over the weekend and early next week. At the start, expect below normal temperatures for the southern and central plains to the mid-Atlantic and northeast due to the clouds and rainfall and cool high pressure across New England. Now look at the period for September 11th to the 15th. Here we start the 11. The pattern remains unchanged. We have our ridge, trough, ridge. See, here's a little bit of ridge here, the ridging here. They kind of merge together across the southern U.S., but we have above normal heights across much of the nation. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting below normal temperatures for the northwest. Expected anomalies to be about 2 to 6 degrees below normal, and above normal temperatures forecast for the remainder of the nation, with anomalies of 4 to 12 degrees above normal are expected, with the greater anomalies here across the Rockies. For precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation for Washington State, and for this region here, the probability of occurrence is 45 to 55%, and below normal precipitation forecast for this region here, and the probability of occurrence is 35%. Now a look at the period for September 16th to the 20th. Here at the 16th, the flow kindly de-amplifies, more like a zonal flow, but still we have our ridge here, the Bering Sea, our trough, and a broad ridge with above normal heights across much of the nation. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting below normal temperatures here, and I'm forecasting anomalies to be about 4 to 6 degrees below normal, and above normal temperatures forecast for the remainder of the nation, with anomalies as high as 6 to 12 degrees above normal. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation for Washington and Oregon, and for this region here, probability of occurrence is 35 to 45%, and then 35 to 45%, and then we have below normal precipitation here, with the probability of occurrence 35%. So that's the long-range weather forecast discussion for September 8th to 20th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.